Conservative activist Charlie Kirk has died after being shot at an event at Utah Valley University. The great and even legendary Charlie Kirk is dead. The president wrote on Truth Social, "No one understood or had the heart of the youth in the United States of America better than Charlie." Kirk, a fervent supporter of Trump, was a founder of Turning Point USA, a group that seeks to spread conservative ideas to students on U.S. campuses. Officials say he had just begun speaking when a single gunshot rang out. Videos verified by BBC show him jolting backwards his chair as students scatter in panic. A spokeswoman for Utah Valley University, Ellen Trainor, said the gunfire came from the Losi Center, a building about 200 yards away. Another spokesman, Scott Trotter, told the BBC, "A single shot rang out in the quad near the food court on the Utah Valley University Orem campus as Mr. Charlie Kirk began speaking at his planned rally. We can confirm that Mr. Kirk was shot, but we don't know his condition," he said. Utah Governor Spencer Cox made it clear today that he considers the killing of Charlie Kirk a political assassination. "I want to be very clear that this is a political assassination," Utah's governor said at a news conference today. He called it a dark day for our state and a tragic day for our nation. A suspect was held shortly after shooting a conservative activist Charlie Kirk, but then released because he was not the accurate person of interest, according to Bo Mason, commissioner of the Utah Department of Public Safety. He was released from custody after we identified that he did not match the shooting suspect and was not an accurate person of interest. However, he has been booked in the county jail by Utah Valley University Police Department for obstruction of justice. "We do still have an active investigation for the person of interest," Mason said at a news briefing. The shooter involved in today's incident fired one shot at one person, according to the Utah Department of Public Safety Commissioner Bo Mason. Officials do believe it was a targeted attack towards one individual, he said at a news conference. The Utah Department of Public Safety and the FBI will be co-leading the criminal investigation into the killing of conservative activist Charlie Kirk. The state's public safety commissioner, Bo Mason, said. After Kirk was shot, he was taken by private vehicle to the Empanogas Regional Hospital, where he died, Mason said at a Wednesday news conference. Just after the House chamber paused for a moment of silence for conservative activist Charlie Kirk, a shouting match briefly erupted on the floor as one GOP lawmaker accused Democrats of fueling political violence. The shooting of conservative activist Charlie Kirk is in direct opposition to our values, said Dave Young, mayor of Orem, Utah, where the fatal incident took place. As a community, we are praying for Charlie's family at this difficult time, he said in a statement. We are also mindful of the hundreds of students and community members who witnessed this horrific event. Utah's campuses should always be spaces where differing perspectives can be shared and debated with respect. Efforts to restrict that freedom have no place here. The Utah Bureau of Investigations is leading the investigation, with assistance from the Orem Police Department and other local, state, and federal agencies, Young said. Investigators don't have a suspect identified in the shooting death of conservative activist Charlie Kirk and have launched a manhunt. Two federal law enforcement officials told CNN. Attorney General Pam Bondi said that agents from the Bureau of Alcohol, Tobacco, Firearms and Explosives and the FBI are at the scene to assist. Law enforcement officers can be seen in video footage combing buildings, including rooftops, at the perimeter of the open-air venue, where the shooting occurred at Utah Valley University, an apparent effort to collect evidence including possible shell casings. Police are still looking for the suspect and weapon after political activist Charlie Kirk was fatally shot at an event Wednesday, according to a law enforcement source. Officials are set to host a news conference soon. Here's where things stand right now. Search for suspect. The search for the suspect is still underway, a law enforcement official brief on the matter told CNN. The initial search had not recovered the gun used in the shooting. The source also said, campus is closed. Video taken by CNN affiliate KSDU shows a slew of officers clearing buildings looking for the alleged shooter. The campus is closed, according to University, which said police are evacuating students. A shooter fired from a campus building about 200 yards from Kirk, a university spokesperson told CNN. Moments after the shooting, one witness, Jeremy King, said after the shooting, bodyguards grabbed Kirk and rushed him into an SUV. A video from the event appears to show Kirk shot in the neck area, then recoil in his seat. On the ground, Radin Desheen, who attended the event, said there were no security measures in place at the event to screen people or even take their tickets. Second before Kirk was shot, he was heard on video answering a question about transgender mass shooters in America. Before he started speaking, Kirk, who was wearing a white t-shirt that read "Freedom" across the front, threw red MAGA hats to the crowd. President's reaction: the great and even legendary Charlie Kirk is dead, Trump wrote on Truth Social. Trump also ordered flags to fly at half-staff until Sunday. Other prominent voices: former President Joe Biden said there is no place in our country for this kind of violence. Republican National Committee Chair Joe Gruder's call for Democrats and Republicans to come together in condemning the shooting. Who was Charlie Kirk? The conservative is a husband, father, and co-founder of Turning Point USA. You can read more about his life and political influence here. Closing questions. As America watches, the shooting of Charlie Kirk raises larger, unsettling questions. Is political discourse in America fueling acts of violence? Are public figures becoming walking targets for those consumed by rage? How do we protect communities and churches from becoming battlegrounds? Was this an isolated act or a warning sign of worse to come? And perhaps most chilling of all, if it happened here, could it happen again?